Hello everybody, welcome back to the layout, and today we're reviewing another locomotive here. As you can see, it is an Atlas B40-8w and HO scale. Coming out of the box here, we got one layer and another layer here. You can see the Atlas Masterline logo here, which is gold. Lift this up, and we get our locomotive. Lifting this out of our box here, we get a manual, which looks like also we have a exploded parts and our warranty card, warranty information. Just gonna throw that stuff back in the box. We hopefully won't ever need it. Alright, so this looks like it is a manual. Yep, yeah, functions. 31-pin ESU lock sound 5 decoder, I believe it is. And have our exploded parts diagram. We have our light drive and the actual body itself. That's pretty cool. Now, moving on to the actual locomotive itself here, we got the old B40-8 here. Slides out of a little packaging here, like most brands do, but have the blister. Now we're going to take that out. Take the little mobilizer thing out. Or actually might be some sort of brace. Then we have our like bulkhead style packaging, which is screwed into the actual engine itself. Also, we got some things on the back here. I believe these little black things here are our little plugs for the holes on the bottom of the fuel tank. I don't know if I'll put those in, but we also have some sun visors too, which would go up here. So yeah, so far it looks pretty good. I'm going to take this out of the container and we will go do a full detail look around. Alright, so here is the Atlas B40-8w here by Atlas. Well, this is the GE wabtech rebuild, number 529. She looked pretty good, actually. This is my first Atlas engine. Let's spin her around here. Let's look at the other side. She is pretty. Alright, so first off here, let's start with the front like we usually do. On the front here, you can see we have grab irons on the top. We got windshield wipers on the windows, and I don't know if you guys can see it in there, probably on the better side, but you can see there is a little cab figure in there. Also got sand filler hatches on either side. Up on the nose here we have the headlight, the cab door, the little side stanchions, and the grab irons to get on top of the roof, or the roof of the nose. We also have the front stanchions and handrails. Moving down to the pilot here, we have the plow MU cable, MU cables, the red MU cable, coupler cut lever, grab irons on top of each side of the plow. Also got a little air hose here, and we have the Atlas coupler. I forget what those are called, but yeah. Also see we have low mounted ditch lights as well. Alright, moving on to the side here, the conductor side, we have a little air conditioning box here. We have some detail here on the sides. Also see we have FRA striping down here. As for truck detail on the side here, it looks pretty good. We have some air tanks there, and a little speed recorder, and some spring mechanisms there, and brake cylinders. On top of the cab, you can see we have not too much, but there is an antenna up here. Also might be kind of hard to see. Well, I guess you kind of see there, but it is kind of like treaded. See on top of the front of the long hood here, we have the two dynamic brake grills, and also the circular duct on the air conditioner. We also see on the back here, we have our handrail grabs to walk up onto the top there for maintenance stuff. Moving down here to the long hood, you can see we've got a horn on the top, which looks to be a K3 or some sort of a 3-chime horn. Exhaust stack, some molded on details, lift wings and stuff like that. We also got down here a little filler cap, a couple of little gigs down there. Toward the back here, we got a actual chain for the brake, the handbrake chain. You can kind of see that. Looks really good. Kind of actually flopped up there, which I'll have to fix that. But see, we also got handbrake, or not handbrake, or brake cylinder stuff on the front axle there. Pretty good. Also sand lines as well. Alright, so moving to the back here, if it will focus here. I think it's kind of glossing out over the gloss on the paint of the, there you go. See, we got number boards here, 529. We got some handrails there in the back. We got steps here, which are not see-through. But we do have MU cables here in the back, along with a cut lever. And our handrail here in the back. Up on the roof here, we got ourselves a decent looking radiator. You can kind of see it's actually raised up above the radiator grill itself. Let's turn this thing around here. We have our radiator grill here in the back. Truck is a little different on the side. As for our fuel tank, it's not much different, but we have a little more plumbing over here for air compressors. We also have our brake stuff there. Also, a little different version of our dynamic brakes. We also have these little hatches up here, along with our battery hatches on the side. Alright, so that basically wraps up the quick version of the details. So yeah, let's go put this over onto the track, test out sound, speed, and all that. So, yeah. Alright, so we are on the track here. So we got, first off here, make sure you're connected here. There we go. Well, there's your bell. Which does sound good. Alright, there's our light. That's what I really wanted. Just to make sure that we were all connected. And there's nothing wrong with the decoder, but I think it was in reverse. Alright, so 8 is start up here, so let's hear what that sounds like. Alright, so now we got it all started up here. Let's hear the bell with the engine on. Sounds pretty good. Alright, here's our horn. One thing I should say, the horn or the bell did not turn on with me pressing the button. It just does that automatically when you blow the horn. So, see if we can get our ditch lights on here. There's 6 for our ditch lights. Not sure if that's prototypically accurate, but I do kind of like it actually. can see our ditch lights here, and then move my camera a minute. Alright, so it is actually pretty bright, which is cool. Alright, so 3 is our coupler clamp. 4 is dynamic brake. Here, I'm going to back up. See if we got, yep, we do got rear light, which is good, nice and bright. Kind of be backed up off screen here, but I'm going to turn on the dynamics here. Alright, dynamics are on, so I guess we will see how that sounds. Alright, so there's our dynamic brakes here. 5, I'm not sure what that does. It might be straight to idle, I'm not sure. But it says on my little manual here that it is the low nose gyro light. But it is not. Alright, so 7 is flange grill, which I assume you also have to be moving for that. It is kind of quiet compared to the engine here, so yeah, that's why you couldn't really hear it too good. Alright, so F9 is drive hold. Might also have to be moving to hear this one. But it basically allows you to control the speed of the engine noise without controlling the motor's noise. That's basically what that does. F10 is independent brake. It sounds like there's only a noise when you release it. F11 is fan. Didn't really hear that too much. F12 is dimmer. See, the headlight dims. Maybe. Hold on. Headlight does dim when you do that. For other functions that I can't get to, I will let you guys look at that real quick. My controller does not go up to 31, so we will just have to do that. So let's hear our shutdown sequence here, and then we'll go over to final thoughts. And for anyone who wanted to hear the horn sound without the engine going, here you go. Alright, so I had to turn my flashlight on my camera. But overall, the old Atlas B40-8w here is a pretty good model. There's a couple things that are a little unfortunate about it. I do not like how the idle sound is the same as my other two ES40, or not my ES44, my Lock Sound 5 decoders on my GE locomotives of the similar era, those being a Dash 9 and AC44. There is some differences in the sound, however, mainly with the shutdown sequence and startup. But other than that, I think it's pretty similar, if not the same. Which does make sense because it is a ESU decoder, which probably does use the same GE sound for engines with the 7FDL prime mover. So I'm not sure if that's correct, but I might be wrong. Other than that, though, I think it is a pretty good model. If you're looking for a nice small switch engine or local power for your BNSF railroad or wherever you want a B40 at, pretty good option. I believe Atlas is the only one offering this paint scheme. I know Walthers put out a run not too long ago of B40s, but I think that was just in the Santa Fe fake bonnet, or BNSF fake bonnet rather, and Amtrak. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.